Hello and welcome to SA Talk Today. Thank you so much for logging on. If you are watching us on our Silver Fox Multimedia Studios channel on YouTube, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. If you're watching us on our Facebook fan page, SA Talk Today or Silver Fox, welcome and thank you so much for watching today. I am super duper uber excited as usual. I have a very amazing guest who is an influential leader here in our beautiful Leon Valley, Mr. Manny Longoria, who is the city manager. So thank you so much for coming on today. I'm excited to have you. So tell us the exciting news, the latest exciting news in Leon Valley that my son, who is 6 years old, is very excited about.
Well, we have about thanks for having me on your show. We have a lot of things going on in Leon Valley. It's a good time to be here. Next Saturday and Sunday, which will be the October 4th and 5th, we're going to be having the first annual Leon Valley Jazz Festival.
Wow, jazz. Now, my husband will be super duper excited about that. He's a musician, you know.
Yes, yes. I saw the Les Paul in the green room.
So
I guess it's the green room.
Yeah, well, we're kind of green and pink in here. So that's exciting. So which are the groups coming out and who's coming to?
You know, I'm not a big jazz fan. I'm more into rhythm and blues, R&B type. But
they're close. They're kind of close.
Yeah.
Closely related.
But I hear Jazzy G or Jazzy Z from Los Angeles will be here. I think she's the.
Awesome.
They are calling it the Divas of Jazz 2.
Ooh.
And apparently they had a Divas all-female jazz group program a year ago, and so they're going to continue this year for our first festival. So an exciting 2 days of jazz here in Leon, over at Rimkus Park.
Right behind the studio here. Right. Yeah, I love that little park. It's just so homey and cozy, but it's nice. It has a great parking spaces, so you don't have to worry. And is it free of charge for the community?
It's free of charge.
Awesome.
You can't bring any of your own beer or waters, coolers, food, or anything like that, because we'll have vendors, entrepreneurs that they'll be set up, hoping to make some money.
Yeah.
And so, but the music and the rest of the activities are all free of charge.
Awesome. So definitely. So bring a few bucks, because they will have vendors there, and I'm sure they'll probably be selling some yummy treats and some cold beverages. And then they can just bring their blanket
and just enjoy music.
And just enjoy. I love that. You know, we have so many great things. We have the Leon Valley Community little garden in there.
Yeah, right, exactly.
And that's been around for how long?
You know, I don't know how long it's been around, but for quite a while. I tell you that Rimkus Park, I've been city manager here now a little bit over 3 years. And growing up here in San Antonio, I was not even aware of Rimkus Park. But I tell the staff and I tell our city council that it's kind of like a little central park. It kind of has that feel for it because it's always busy. People are always running, playing basketball, soccer, baseball, tennis, walkers, runners. We have a natural area where people can enjoy nature. So it's about 38 acres, and it's incredible how many people use that park.
It's like a little hidden gem here in Leon Valley. And that's what I love about having my business in Leon Valley. You know, I used to cruise up and down Bandera in 1989 when my mom got me my first car. And I used to cruise up and down, and it was just not as developed as it is now. And then, you know, I grew up and I moved away and I came back and with my husband and my baby. And this area has just blossomed and flourished. And there's just always something that's been a part of me, always just attracted to Leon Valley. I just love the vibe here. And especially, you know, now that we're always here as business owners.
Well, we get the benefit of also being next to San Antonio. San Antonio kind of surrounds us. But, you know, it's a kind of full service kind of city where we have police and fire, outstanding police department, likewise with the fire department. So our response time is about 3 minutes. So if you have any type of emergency situation here in our city, you can be attended to quickly, you know.
And I love that because it has that small town feel, but you're in a big city, so there's plenty of things to do all around.
And it is, you know, and that's kind of like a lot of stuff that we're working on. in the end, it's still, a suburban city, still kind of like what we call in the city management business, a bedroom community, in the sense that people live here, sleep here, but they work in San Antonio, they work in the metropolitan area. So it doesn't kind of have that sense like a Fredericksburg that, kind of has its own, they're out at a distance, but they have like a downtown and a little bit more of an identity. New Braunfels is kind of like that also. Fredericksburg, Floresville to the south of us. The suburban cities in this metro area are different because, I hear all the time how people say, I didn't even know I was in Leon Valley. It's kind of like a drive-through a community. So a lot of the stuff that we've been working on, projects that we've been working on, are to try to kind of help us create an identity. And so by doing the 4th of July celebration that we had back during the 4th, is a way to bring people in and also to create kind of identity for us. Likewise with the monuments that you're seeing on Bandera Road on Eckerd on the northern side, and then over by the flyover on the southern side. It's to kind of give us that identity where people can feel that this is a city. Even though it's a suburb of San Antonio, bedroom community, we're trying to create that identity.
It is very comfy here. I feel very comfortable here. The people are always so sweet. I've met the fire and police department people. It's just amazing how you don't feel that when you're in, like especially when we lived in LA. It was so huge. You'd be lucky if you met anybody. But here, it's just right down the street. I love that they do the walk and talk with the mayor monthly, correct? Is that when they do that?
She does it quarterly.
Quarterly.
It's a quarterly walk.
And she's awesome. We love Mayor Riley. And that's the thing is that, and there's still new home development going on within Leon Valley. And so definitely that's exciting because there's still some more room to grow and prosper here. But it's not so congested. It's just perfect. But the super duper uber exciting part for my son is the new aquarium. We see they've already started to paint on the dinosaurs, and for 6-year-olds, it's very exciting. So there was a Groupon out already to be able to purchase the admittance ticket, and it was a great deal. So you have to go on, I believe it was an Amazon local, and so as soon as that thing came out, we were like one of the first people to purchase that because we're going to be at the door going open. So I know that's going to bring a lot of excitement through Leon Valley as well. Do we know who this company is? Do we know?
Yes, they actually have the Austin Aquarium. They operate the Austin Aquarium.
Oh, okay.
So they have some experience kind of running aquariums, and we're really excited for a bunch of different reasons. Number one, that site there is the old, what we call the Fiesta Dodge site. And if you've been here, it's kind of been an eyesore. It's a blighted kind of area that's been sitting vacant since about 2008. And so it had been one of our priorities here to try to figure out a way to develop it. So we actually were able to sign a development agreement with a group out of Austin that had a lot of experience developing properties. And so we've been working real hard. The aquarium project didn't happen overnight. We've been actually in conversations with the owners for almost 2 years.
Wow.
And so they were focused on the Austin, wanted to get their Austin aquarium established and operational and functional, and get that kind of business going before they attempted to come into this metropolitan area, San Antonio metro area. And so we were competing with other sites in the metropolitan area.
Really?
So we worked it real hard. City Council, Councilman Paul Beaver, Councilman Abraham Diaz, both were instrumental in kind of helping us kind of pull the deal together. Of course, Mayor Riley went out and visited the Austin Aquarium. They did a site visit. We did our due diligence to make sure it was something that would fit our area here. In the end, we were selected. The Fiesta Dodge site was selected. For a lot of different reasons. I think one of the things that attracted them is the fact that we reside, Northside Independent School District has a big presence in Leon Valley.
Yes.
Marshall High School is a Leon Valley high school here, so it's the area, but in Leon Valley, but their headquarters is also located here. So Northside has a big presence here. And I may get this wrong. It's the second largest independent school district in the state, or the third largest, but nonetheless, one of the largest school districts in the state of Texas.
It's sprawling.
Right. And so they were interested because that's their target market. They target students that are studying and so forth. So they're expecting about 600,000 visitors a year into the aquarium. And so what that means, and the reason we're real excited, number one, it helps us develop a blighted kind of piece of property that's been sitting vacant. But beyond that, the area restaurants, businesses will all benefit from it. The restaurants, gyms. Somebody was telling me that they were talking to Jimmy Haslacher, who's the owner of Gyms. Even though Gyms is not in Leon Valley, they're actually San Antonio, on the San Antonio side. But he was real excited about it because it means more business for him. But likewise with Chachas, and all the different restaurants in our area, they all stand to benefit, all the businesses here. So it's a nice little kind of destination business that we are keeping our fingers crossed that will do very, very good here in our area.
I'm sure of it. I mean, my child, he's always asking me to take little oceanography classes, and when we read about it, we were like, wow, that's so exciting. And there was even some talk of they have like an overnight program, I guess, what goes on. Tell me a little about that.
Well, I don't know a lot of details other than what they've told us, but in the Austin Aquarium, you can actually book like a birthday party overnight, and you can swim with the stingrays and the dolphins and so forth that they'll have in there.
See, it just saves us all that money from having to go to the Bahamas to swim with the dolphins. Just come on down to Leon Valley, right? Bring the kids, and then afterwards you can go to Peter Piper's up the street. Right. Or any of our amazing local restaurants here.
So from an economic development perspective from the city side, in terms of what our vision is that we're hopeful that the aquarium as a destination will help us develop other destination kind of restaurants along that property, and you just get a very, very desirable kind of development there at the Fiesta Dodge. So that's what our vision is, and we're hopeful that it will produce those type of results for our community.
That's exciting. And so I know there was also some other land just down here on Grissom. They've had talks about developing that hasn't quite come through yet. So if you're thinking about a place to develop and bring in your business, there's still room in Leon Valley.
There's a lot of property still here, and I'll tell you what, our economic development people, Claudia Mora, who's a big fan of this show, I hear. I think she's seen it before.
Oh.
And I did coin kind of like a phrase that said, Leon Valley's open for business.
That's right.
And so that's been something that we've been working on in terms of trying to communicate to expanding businesses that this is an easy place to come in and get your permits and get your development plans approved, and have a staff that will work with you to try to resolve issues, but to get you to open up your business and without all the bureaucracy that sometimes you see.
It's so true.
In some of the larger cities, and I worked in a larger city, spent 24 years working for the city of San Antonio.
Really? I didn't know that, Manny. Wow. When did that all start? How did you get into the biz?
It's a long story.
Well, I got a big cup of coffee.
I won't bore you with those details, but I spent 24 years working for the city of San Antonio in the various departments. But the majority of my time was I spent 18 years in the economic development department. And so my job was basically the city manager in San Antonio, Alex Berzenio, always used to tell me and my colleagues in economic development that we were the representatives of business. So we were the ones that a business person could come in and sit with me and says, I'm having a hard time getting a permit, or, my permit's been stuck for a month over at this office. Can you help? And I would be the one that would walk over to, the home service department and says, okay, what's going on here? Why is it taking so long? And
Manny's the man.
yeah, so I have a good sense and experience in terms of that it can be very, very difficult. Let me tell you, I love San Antonio.
We love San Antonio.
The 24 years that that I spent there were the most rewarding 24 years of my career. So I enjoy currently all the exciting things that are going on there. And so it's not to bash them in any form or fashion, but just to try to be a little bit realistic that a smaller city has some advantages in the sense that you get the one-on-one attention that may not happen in a bigger city.
It's like private school and public school. It's just logistics, just the numbers game. But it's definitely so cozy here. And I know when I moved back from LA back in December 2009, I was so impressed with the new ramp that y'all had built while I was gone from 2001 to 2009. And a girlfriend of mine had invited me to her brother's salon right there at Bandera in Seneca. And we were going to meet for a margarita. And I said, sure. And she goes, meet me here at my brother's hair salon. And I was like, great. And I went in and I was like, where is it? And she was like, oh, it's in Leon Valley. I was like, all the lights? And she's like, no, they built this brand new, beautiful ramp. It just takes you right off of 14, right into the heart of Leon Valley. And it's just quick, turn around right there, boom, in and up. And I was so impressed and so excited to see, because I know that I'm sure it was very hard on the business owners during that construction time. But now it has just opened up so many more avenues, because now people aren't afraid to have to go through so many lights. They can just drop right in and get right back up and out. And that really does make a huge difference for us business owners when we're trying to tell people where we're located. And it's just such smooth and easy, which I love too. And so that's the thing is that we have the extension goes all the way up to what street there? Is that Eckert? Is that the boundary?
Yes, that's our northern boundary.
Northern boundary is Bandera and Eckert, and I know there is a lot of still opportunities going that way. And then how far south do we go?
We go almost to the intersection of Callahan and Bandera on the southern side. So we go beyond 410, almost like I said, to Callahan.
And there's some great businesses down there. I know. I know when I would attend the chamber commerces, I would meet a lot of business owners here in the Leon Valley Chamber. And that's the thing, is there's so much history, but there's so much new stuff going on. It's like the best of both worlds.
Right.
So, and I know we have some really great hotels that are right across the way. So hopefully we'll bring in more out-of-state people even for this aquarium experience. Right. And so are you planning on booking your birthday party there, Manny? So we can all come and swim with the dolphins?
I have not thought about that, but that may be a good place to have it.
I think so. I'm thinking about doing my birthday party.
I'm not big on birthday parties, myself. But.
Well, I celebrate my annual 27th. So I've had them 15 times now. I'm holding on to that number for sure. Well, thank you so much for coming in. And don't forget to mark your calendars for October 4th and 5th here at the Rimkus Park. We are having that jazz festival. So bring out your blanket and a few dollars so we can be supporting the area vendors here in town. And if you would like to leave us any comments, please make sure you inbox us or share and like, share, and subscribe to us. Thank you so much for logging on to SA Talk today. Bye.